Anyway, I think the Jane Lacowki thing is, pretty interesting. First of all, who would go to such lengths way out on a fringe on YouTube to terrorize, a few Kenny V searchers? And plus, the stuff he says shows that he could know the area, but I haven't seen anything positive for sure, because he could be using known information. And I guess the point I want to get across is Jane Lacowki could talk to anyone. You don't have to go, well, this Jay Silverheels, I don't like him, I ain't saying nothing to him. No, you could leave a message going, it's me, I'm real, I'm here, I don't want to use my real name, that's it. Not an interview about Kenny Veach. So there's like 10 people, you pick one you like. Artari, Rath, Scott Nuttall, nobody's got anything against him. Call and have a couple of minute talk. You're not going to be grilled and exposed on the internet and say, it's me, I live here, I know this. For instance, I've asked him, what's on the corner of, Maryland and Eastern, but that's not the point, but he won't do it. Now, I've had people call me, a guy in Australia who's going to come in and go up there. And I've talked to him, for instance, I've talked to for hours. So the question with Gene Lacowki, okay, he sees where we or they are looking for missing remains. So why carry on this facade and not talk to nobody? You could talk to somebody for 30 seconds. It's me. I'm Jane Lacowki. It's not my real name. I don't want to use it. But no, at this point, for instance, as far as Las Vegas, I know he must be here, but I have not seen one word from him identifying anything in the area, except that he uses known information. Red Rock Search and Rescue knows me. Well, they do? Well, why doesn't nobody say it? After these so-called contacts that you just talked to him, well, what's the big deal? If you're talking to people and somebody could say Gene Lacowki is a real guy, but no, that's not his real name. You could call here. I'll chit-chat with you for 3 hours. It'll be a riot. But no, a person, if they literally never identify themselves and no videos, no pictures showing anything, and just talk. Like here he says, I just spoke with one of the former Red Rock Search and Rescue coordinators. That sounds quite official. Okay, now he just spoke with one of them. He said that in this they gave the Sheriff Department locations at Kenny V Tights, and besides Joe May, the family mentioned, look at what he's saying. He's saying known things. Blackgate Canyon, Cow Camp Spring, Wagon Road, Pine Nut Camp. Pine Nut Camp, by the way, is not where Kenny Veach got his pine nuts. It's over on the right side of the range, out in the middle of no place. Well, of course he probably was there. You're talking decades. Of course he probably was over there, but it doesn't got nothing to do with when he went missing. Those were the locations that the team searched. He doesn't remember the exact location. Now, so notice he says I just spoke. Okay, now as a team member, we obtained locations and developed a grid set squad area to search. Remember, we didn't have any information on Kenny Veach back then. See, that's what gets me. This guy says the correct things at the correct times, almost like he's real. Remember, we didn't have any information on Kenny Veach back then. However, how do we know he's not getting that from stuff I've said? Where I said the originals, remember when we went up to look for the M cave, they didn't have any information on Kenny Veach. So how do we know he didn't take that? Other than cell phone battery dead. Now notice he says other than his cell phone battery dead. In other words, he's saying things that sound believable. And notice this. 63 cents and change? How does he know that? You're telling me you're so in close with these people, you know the change was 63 cents? And we found nothing more. He doesn't say they found nothing more. He says we found nothing more. Dogs were used, helicopters used, which had LFR, infrared. See, he's using critical terms, but we didn't find him, and that was it. In other words, he's talking as if he's the director of the entire goddamn thing and has information nobody has. Okay, now let's look at this. Suppose this guy is a nut. And literally looking through videos and coming up with critical names and is like, you know, a nut, like a kid in Bangladesh. It's possible. It's possible. And he's getting off on the excitement that, well, these people are looking for Kenny Veach. They live right there, and they're looking for Kenny Veach himself. And yet they're responding to me. I mean, who knows? In today's day and age, who knows? Maybe this guy is a nut. You know?